Ani, and it's Jake. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day today. Welcome to my channel. And today I'm just going to talk about native names. So my English name is Jake Charles, Thomas Jacob Charles. And my real name is Nanushka Shis. And Nanushka Shis means hummingbird in Ojibwe. So a while ago, around the maybe 1800s, I'm not a historian, but in the past, our people had one name. We never had last names. And I'm just speaking about Ojibwe people, Anishinaabe people. And so our names were taken away from us during the residential school era. And so for a long time I was lost as a young man, and I didn't really understand why I had that name. For a long time I was actually embarrassed to have that name, because hummingbird is such a small little bird, and I'm a big guy. So I'm like 6'7", 310 pounds, and not healthy pounds either, but I decided that I didn't like that name. And I used to get teased a little bit by my buddies and, you know, family, friends, and such, as we all do. We tease a lot anyways in our culture. But I'm a self-conscious kind of guy, and for other matters and of history of mine. But I decided one day to go get my name changed. I didn't like it. I wanted to be called something called, you know, Crazy Bear, Big Bear, you know, Stomping Moose, something like that, whatever. But I wanted one of those nice Disney names that we were kind of taught growing up. So I went to a ceremony up in northern Ontario, just probably about 3 or 4 hours north of Toronto. And I met a man there, a young man. He was an elder and has lots of teachings. And this is just a short version. I asked him, you know, if we could change my name. And the only thing he said to me was, "Why do you want to change who you are?" And so I drove all that way up to that ceremony to get that simple answer, and I was kind of upset about it. And you know, I thought the lightning would crack, or, you know, a big eagle would fly out of the sky or something like that. But I kind of pondered that, and it's true. I don't know. I was trying to change who I was. I had to learn who I was going to be and who I am. So I started learning a lot about hummingbirds and about our people in general, and attending ceremonies and sweat lodges and fasting and stuff like that. So what I have learned about the hummingbird, it's pretty unique, and it's the only bird that can fly up and down, you know, left and right, from my knowledge of birds. And I also learned that hummingbirds are bringers of joy and laughter, and I make a lot of people laugh and joke when you get to know me, when I'm not shy. But one of the other things about the hummingbird is, even birds in general, they're the ones that carry seeds all over the world and all over the land. So planting seeds, those good seeds in people's lives, is something I try to achieve. I come from a bit of violent background, and growing up in violence, and within my community and family. But learning about the ceremonies and the medicines I use to help overcome my obstacles really helped me get to where I am today. And I have my struggles, as we all do. So I just wanted to touch a little bit about on the names. So my name is Nanushka Shis, and I'm from the Wolf clan. So I have a wolf paw on my neck here. So our clans mean a lot to me too. Learning about a clan will tell you your let you to know your characteristics, and where you need to go in life, same as your name. So as a wolf, we're kind of the people that the wolf clan, we adopt people into our lives and our family. And there's a story that a beautiful woman told me about this, an elderly woman. She told me about our clan system, and I've forgotten since, and I learned that at our medicine ceremonies. And so I'm learning more about myself and my clan. And that's one way you learn how to achieve happiness and peace within your life. I was a pretty angry young man growing up, did a lot of foolish things. But through my culture, and understanding of our teachings and their history it's really straightened me out in my life. For my kids, for my community. People were placed on Chippewas of Georgina Island on Lake Simcoe in Ontario, just north of Toronto. Some say that our chiefs chose to live here. So one of our last hereditary chief was Chief Joseph Snake, and from Snake Island we moved over to Georgina Island in the 1800s. So I'm actually on our ferry boat leaving the First Nation, and today I did some work on the reserve and to get ready for the next tourism year. Because of COVID-19, I had to shut down my business, and so my business is First Nation Cultural Tours. You can check that out on Google. And yeah, so that's just a little bit about the names. So our last names are kind of what divides our communities too. It gave me a false sense of identity until I started to learn who I really was as Nanush Kashis, Mayin Gando Dem, from that clan of the Wolf. And so I just wanted to say a little bit about that. And if you want to share any of your comments about the importance of names, that'd be great. Share your name in the comments. Please subscribe, and I'm just going to touch base on different things as I go through. I think I'm going to do a bit of a talk on medicines that I know of, smudging. We'll talk about smudging and why we smudge. So I'm going across beautiful Lake Simcoe. We call it a Shunyang, was one of the names I've heard. A Shunyang and a Shinabe is who I identify with that name. Georgina comes from Lord Simcoe's granddaughter, I believe, and I don't identify with that. And so we talk about going back to our true names. One's called the Lake Simcoe Indians. There's many more of our group than just the ones that live on Georgina Island. We have our brothers and sisters from Majikaning First Nation, Rama, and we also have our family in Beausoleil or Chimnasing on Georgian Bay. We were all one group at one time, and I believe the Saugeen Ojibways as well. So peace out to all my family and friends in the Anishinaabe world there in Ojibwe land, and be safe out there with COVID. Have a good one. Bamapi.